To be a futurist, you have to declare yourself to be a futurist within some community of futuristic practice, right? It's not a thing you can do all by yourself. So, for instance, to be a science fiction brand of futurist, I have to publish some science fiction. If I just write my weird musings about the future in my private diary, nobody's ever going to know. I mean, it's going to make zero difference. I have to participate in some kind of publishing system. I have to be involved in the literary world in some way. I mean, I have to communicate. Otherwise, I'm the Crusoe guy, telling himself bar stories alone. So for me to write a novel about the future, though, somebody has to invent the literary concept of writing a novel with a setting which is in the future. And that did not happen until the 1600s. I mean, people were writing stories for millennia before anybody thought, why don't I just set it in the time to come? And somebody had to undertake this literary invention. It had never occurred to anybody. It was a kind of Copernican breakthrough. It's like, wait, I could set it in the past, or I could set it in the day, or I could set it in the future. And this happened 10 or 12 times by different authors before anybody really caught on and thought, this could work. It was independently invented by a large variety of kind of Robinson Crusoe-style science fiction writers who just wrote these eccentric things, and nobody picked it up. Nobody went anywhere with it. There was no futuristic community of practice. They would just write it and have it go on. So it was impossible at that time to be futuristic in the science fictional way. You just couldn't do it until people had a discourse of scientific romance, right? Like a way to talk about it. And they had a publishing structure and a distribution structure and an audience and some literary cliques and also some critical responses. I mean, before those things were invented, you just couldn't do it. It was beyond the capacity. But after they were invented, then you could be a science fictional futurist, mostly through declaring to other people that you were one. And they had to hear you, and they had to agree. They had to validate your declaration. It's like, yeah, you're one of us. Here's your Hugo Award, whatever. I mean, you could join the Science Fiction Writers of America, but without them, you're the Robinson Crusoe guy, drawing weird diagrams.